Nice to meet you again today. Today, we will learn about the medicine that is good for gastritis that we have foreseen last time. Gastritis is an inflammation of the gastric mucosa, divided into acute gastritis and chronic gastritis. Gastric ulcers are those in which the gastric mucosa is loosened, resulting in ulcers, and ulcers in the duodenum are called duodenal ulcers. The causes of gastritis, gastric ulcer and duodenal ulcer are usually similar. It is most important to be cautious about your eating habits, as it is often caused by eating stimulant foods, such as spicy or salty foods, hot foods, or because of bad eating habits. You should limit the consumption of foods that can irritate your stomach, such as strong foods, alcohol, coffee, and cigarettes, or meat that promotes the secretion of stomach acid. To lighten the stomach, it is recommended to increase the number of meals and eat less. It is also important to avoid mental stress for prevention. The first good medicine for gastritis to introduce today is the green laver. Green laver increases stomach digestion. Green laver is high in protein and iron in seaweed and is a food that has a good effect on digestive organs such as the stomach and duodenum. So, if you eat a lot of green laver, it has the effect of preventing and calming stomach ulcer or duodenal ulcer. In addition, it also plays an important role in mechanically stimulating the mucous membranes of the stomach and duodenum to enhance digestion. If your stomach's digestive system is not good, it's better to eat it often with green laver or with vinegar mixed with water green laver. Or you can grind it in a powder and sprinkle it on rice. The nature of the green laver is cold. By virtue of the 4 constitutions, it's a food that's best for a warm-hearted person, so yang in and te yang in, but it's not recommended for a cold person. The second good medicine for gastritis is potato juice. Potato juice has an anti-ulcer effect. It is recommended to take potato starch with anti-ulcer action when you have ulcers. When you peel the peeled and cut the raw potatoes into a steel plate and place them in a glass cup, the sediment will settle under the cup and the reddish water will accumulate. Throw away the water and walk only the sediment, the amount equivalent to 1 pill at a time. Taking starch can be very helpful. Potatoes not only cure ulcers but also relieve gastritis. At this time, it is helpful to grind the potato into a mixer or steel plate and drink it twice a day on an empty stomach. Potatoes turn brown over time, so it's better to make only one drink at a time and eat them right away rather than making a lot of them at once. The first step is to make potato juice. Slice the potato into bite-sized pieces, pour a little water and grind it in a blender. Second, pick the ground potatoes with gauze and drink the juice on an empty stomach about twice a day. The properties of potatoes are flat. In terms of 4 constitutions, it is a food ingredient that has a good effect on all constitutions except soybean, despite its flat nature. In addition, potato is an alkaline food. When eating meat, it is important to always keep it with potato. Only then it is recommended to take care of it, as it is necessary to eat with alkaline foods and acidic foods to neutralize this to have a healthy life.
Subscribe. Like. If you press it and leave a comment, it will help you make good content. Subscribe. Like.
The third good ingredient for gastritis is lotus root dimpling. Lotus root dimpling is good for early gastric ulcers. In Dongai Bogum, the initial gastric ulcer is referred to as chronic gastritis, which appears to be hungry or painful. The chest feels frustrated and uncomfortable, and the chest abdomen is blocked or swollen. Among the essential amino acids, lotus root contains aspartic acid called fatigue recovery agent, which acts to neutralize toxic substances. Lack of this component will cause your body to become hungry, develop allergic diseases such as asthma or hives, and cause stomach ulcers. Lotus root is rich in this ingredient, so it is good for stomach ulcers. In addition, it promotes intestinal movement and exerts a good effect on indigestion. First, wash the lotus root well, grind it, and then add egg white, seasoning, etc. Mix starch powder, knead well, make a dumpling and fry in oil. Even if it is not necessarily dumplings, you can grind the lotus root raw material on a grater and drink it, or fry it in a frying pan and eat it as a side dish. The properties of lotus root are flat, so when you look at the 4 types of constitution, you can see the effect on all types of constitution, so please enjoy it as there is no restriction on intake. Fifth, a good medicine for gastritis is to introduce licorice decoction water. Licorice decoction water drops stomach acid. Licorice, which has the effect of removing toxins, is also a great medicine for stomach ulcers. Drinking licorice alone can help relieve symptoms of stomach ulcers. In addition, the same amount of licorice and cuttlefish bones, ogle, is also effective in gastric ulcers. At this time, it is recommended not to take a large amount at once, but to eat 3 to 4 grams at a time, with warm water on an empty stomach 3 or 4 times a day. Licorice acts as an antipepsin, dropping stomach acid and acting as a direct anti-ulcer to the stomach wall, and it has a calming effect on gastrointestinal smooth muscle, so licorice is good for stomach ulcers. The nature of licorice is flat, and in terms of 4 constitutions, it is considered to be the most recommended medicine for somin. Finally, the food that is good for gastritis is Korean gentian. Korean gentian makes the stomach strong. It is also good to boil Korean gentian roots when you have gastritis and take it by tea. Korean gentian is a grass that looks like a dragon's gallbladder, which acts to strengthen the stomach. If you have a weak stomach, you can think of Korean gentian as stomachic, anti-diarrheic, a fever reducer, and boil and drink about 10 grams of tea a day. The nature of Korean gentian is cold. In terms of the 4 constitutions, despite its coldness, it is best suited to sumin, and it can be said to be somewhat effective for all constitutions. That's it for today. Next time, I will take a time to identify good medicines for enteritis. Thanks for watching so far.
지금까지 시청해 주셔서 감사합니다. 구독과 좋아요를 눌러주시면 컨텐츠 제작에 많은 도움이 됩니다. 댓글도 함께 부탁드립니다. 감사합니다.